Lately, I've heard a lot of misinformation about how to achieve a nice set of abs. People have been talking about how abs are revealed through low body fat and that training your core doesn't really do much in terms of aesthetics. However, through personal experience, I've found that even with single digit body fat, your abs aren't going to be too visible unless you actually develop them, just like any other muscle. And of course, the best way to develop them is by training them, just like any other muscle. So I'm going to make this as simple as possible. Here's how to train your core if you want a proper set of developed abs. So I've found that training your abs once a week isn't quite enough for noticeable growth. I'd highly recommend training them 2 to 4 times a week. Any less and you'll struggle to make progress. Any more and you probably won't allow yourself enough rest, especially if you're fairly new to core training. All you really need is a couple of exercises that stretch your abs properly. So no planks or static exercises where you stay in the same position, because that's not good for hypertrophy, and it's not what's going to develop your abs. Exercises that I'd recommend are leg raises, crunches and sit-ups because they're quite easy to progress with. And each of these exercises have their own progression. For example, for leg raises, you may want to start by doing them on the floor. You might want to progress by doing hanging knee raises, followed by hanging leg raises, and then hanging rotating leg raises. For crunches and sit-ups, you might want to add more weight to progress by holding a plate or a dumbbell. Try to do a variation or a weight that you can hit 6 to 12 reps with. So if you're doing under 6, pick an easier variation or a lower weight. If you're doing over 12, do a harder variation or add weight. This way you'll put your abs under enough tension for them to grow properly, because you'll be applying progressive overload. By doing this, you'll not only be able to grow your abs, but you'll also be able to strengthen, which may be important for compound exercises where you need your core strength. If you do what I've said and train your core properly, you should be able to start seeing noticeable changes in a few months.